the lighting. Welcome to the live on Fridays. This is my fur. No, it's not really fur, it's just a little fluffy thing, because the night is a little chilly. Ready to give a young youth a chance? No, Yoda, no. We're talking about the soft life. I enjoy the cold, so it's fine. You think you alone? Me love it. Everybody's been complaining and having them fur coat and them boots and thing. I love the cold. What's going on? Don't talk to me, man. Listen, we have a guest. Okay, when you are fully situated, can you join the live, please? So you can just join us and we can start talking about the soft life. Maxwell015 was asking, what about the live blanket? Live blanket, it's too much talking. I like my duvet and I snuggle under it and I watch my little movie and thing. Because last night I was watching Bridgerton. Hello. Rhonda says, Bridgerton is boring to me. Everybody have them tastes. That's how I go. Soft Woman Collective, welcome. Soft Woman Collective says, me I wait for all 8 to watch. Me watch Pride and Prejudice once a month. Oh my. Did you watch His and Hers? Not yet, Not yet. But my beautiful nail tech Cavell had it on her little screen, while she was working on me. And we were chatting so much I didn't get a chance to start. We're not start yet. Give me a minute. Zeus is saying, you look well rested tonight. Well, I look sorry this evening. Zeus, you're making me tongue tied. Looks are deceiving. That's all I can say. So tonight, we're going to talk to the Soft Woman Collective. Because older women or women of a certain generation who have been taught to believe that we must just always bend ourselves like pretzels to be suitable for a partner. You have to learn how to wash and cook and clean and peel banana, make dumpling and take care of the picnic them. Well, tonight we are here to dispel all of that based on the last couple of weeks. My goodness, it's been eye-opening, disappointing to think how Jamaican men view women as gold diggers if we ask them for anything or anything that is beyond their means at the time. So somehow the responsibility has shifted from the man providing for the woman to somehow blaming or cursing the woman that she wants too much. Rhonda says, I like your dimples. Thank you very much. You know what they say about dimples? They say when you're in the room, there was some jiggery pokery going on, so it look like me get poked on 2 sides. Soft Woman Collective is online. I don't know if they're ready to join. Hold on a second. I need my moderator. Can we understand how people work start and people that they are work? You're not coming online? Yes, man. Come on, man. Cha. All right. She's on her way. Welcome, Screw. What a name. Why you always attack to me when we're on the live? Hello, welcome Soft Woman Collective. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for joining us.
I'm glad to be here.
Yay. This Ramaya was asking, yes, what is the soft life? So can you give him a definition of what the soft life is?
I'm a Jamaican woman who is of the same age group that you are. Mm-hmm. And I was raised and socialized in a certain way. You have to give, forget. You have to do. You are expected to go to school and get a job and get a husband, and you have to wash, cook and clean and all of these things. Later, I would say in my 30s, I had to stop myself because what happened to me was I moved. So now I'm living in a different culture. We're gonna foreign. And it's a whole different world now where I'm realizing that the first thing I need to do is know what I want and stop thinking about what people expect of me. So for me, my softness became my strength. And softness to me is not just being taken care of. All of those things are added after you realize what it is that you want. So for me, my softness was I have to find peace. What is going to bring me peace? And I realized in my 30s when I was first married, that was my first marriage, that I don't want children. I find women are judged harshly if they want to make that statement. I don't want children. children. What's wrong with a girl there? She not no pick me.
It's true.
I don't think that's for.
It's
It's not for everybody.
it's very, very true. And I think our value or worth or people's opinions of us is
It's
heavily
tied to that.
determined by
Yes.
whether or not you're married, whether or not you have picnic, whether or not your husband is alive, whether or not, it's always linked to a man somehow, your value.
Yes.
And if you choose not to have children, it's like, as you say, we're wrong with you, you know?
What's wrong with a girl there?
Yeah.
So I decided in my 30s, thank God it never happened before I could make a conscious decision that I'm not going to do that. The kind of life I wanted. I want to travel. I want to get up whenever I feel like. I want to do what I want to do. And again,
May I interject for a moment here? All right, so it's not only women that's a stigma towards, it's also men. Because if you don't have a child as a man, people are going to start calling, hey, you're a gelding, oh, you're not a youth yet. So it's not just women, it's just everybody in general.
Okay.
I became a dad pretty young. I definitely wasn't ready for it. But in my experience, it's the best thing that ever happened to me in my experience, but it's not for everybody. So if you make a conscious decision not to have any, then that's your conscious decision. There are people who are going to judge you based on your life choices, but they're going to find something to judge you on anyway, so you might as well live your life to please yourself.
I remember when I turned 35, my 35th birthday. I lived in Phoenix, Arizona at the time. I remember the morning I'm walking to the store and my father called me, and it's my birthday, and the man said to me, so your woman parts now work. My woman parts working just fine, daddy, but I don't want to have children.
His age group was like the 70, like, I mean, no, he would be like, what, 80? 80
He
something.
would be, my father would be like 85 right now if he were alive.
Right. That is their generation. Is like, they just think that your sole purpose in life is to recreate, and just live till you're dead.
Not me.
Yeah.
So for me, and I've been cultivating this lifestyle for myself for many years. I had to, first of all, acknowledge what I want, and what I want is important. And then I had to figure out how to get it, because you must go to school and get a whole heap of degree. I did those things. But then if you work all the time, it didn't coincide with the things that I wanted for myself. I want to pick up a bag and I want to go on a plane and I want to go wherever I want to go, whenever I want to go.
There are some people who would say that having children does not prevent you from jumping on a plane and going wherever you want, because if you have adequate help, people with the nannies and the helpers, and maybe even family where you can leave the children with family members, you can actually still do those things and enjoy a full life, but you're still fulfilling your womanly duty, your godly duty of procreation.
And that is the thing. I am not one of those people who feel that nanny must raise my picnic. Gotcha. If I had them and me, I raised them. So it would have changed my lifestyle in a way I didn't want to change it. I don't want my mother raising my picnic them. I don't want no maid and nanny raise my picnic them. That is my job if I have them.
I think as well that the whole fairy tale of marriage, children has been sold to us from we're babies, with Snow White and some man will come rescue you.
In my undergrad studies, I had a class where I wrote a paper on Anita Baker's, what is that song Anita Baker have? Fairy Tales. And my professor lost his shit. He was so, I'm sure it's everybody in the world, because I was like, them trick way.
Yeah.
And that Anita Baker song, if you know the lyrics, no man now come save you. Oftentimes I end up have to save them. Me never sign up for that work.
M.T. Fletcher says it takes a village though. Yes, it does. Even though people will say it takes a village, there oftentimes isn't a village to support you. So you end up doing the work yourself. So it really is a breakdown of this fairy tale, as I said, from the Snow White and all of them, the Rapunzel, the whatever it is, because those stories were the ones that were told to us. I will say to people, the Johnson's Baby commercial lied, because the Johnson's Baby commercial where you go, and it was just this, the little fear, what you call it again, nursery rhyme jingling in the background, and this, soft hug up kind of thing. Then we tell you, say you have to tell the people them 20 times to wash up your plate and clean your room, and where you waste food, or what I mean, what you mean you lost your bag, all of these things, and it takes a lot of work. And especially if you don't have the village as well, it just puts a lot of pressure on the mother in particular. I'm not even going to go into the dynamics of single parenthood versus marriage, because there are a lot of people who are married, but they are single parents. That is a different conversation, you understand? But it really does show, it places a lot of responsibility on the woman that she's not able to be soft. She's not able to be feminine. She's not able to have that time. Because, I kind of want to bring it back to what initially that we're talking about, which is the soft woman collective, and what does being a soft woman mean, because you don't get the time to just be, to lie in your bathtub like Cleopatra with milk and honey and that kind of thing, and somehow that is only afforded to you on Christmas or your birthday or Mother's Day or some other special occasion, and it's not part of your daily life. Your daily life is, okay, you have to work, you have to take care of the house and the man, whether or not him come back, whatever. But it's like, come back from work in the house, have to stay a certain way, and you have to wash your clothes, and you have to iron, and you have to, and even if you're not doing those things personally, you still have to manage the people who do those things. Right. So it does take away from your time to just bask, to get up and just sit down outside and cock up your foot if you want to, you know what I mean? So how do you get into that space where you can, after living that, or maybe discarding that ideology of woman having to take care of everything, because we're still expected to take care of everything and everybody. How do you transition from that thing that has been ingrained in us from 1970 something till now? Because we're in 2026 now. How do you transition from that kind of thinking into what you are teaching us to do?
I can only speak of how I had to shed it. I had to make a conscious decision that I was going to take care of me. And I could do that. What I'm saying is, it sounds selfish, because I know there are people that have a whole heap of other responsibilities that I didn't at the time. So I had the privilege of stopping.
Yes, go ahead, Mario.
If everyone decided, hey, I don't want to have kids, the human race ends tomorrow.
So
there's going to be like serious problems that your grandchildren are going to have to face because of the decisions that we make as adults.
No, hold on. My responsibility, and I'm hoping that my children will assume that responsibility, is to pretty much leave the earth how they found it, or better. It doesn't necessarily mean that they have to procreate to do so. Plant a tree, make sure say you recycle, reduce your carbon footprint. Enough people out there go breed up the place. It's not incumbent upon them to continue the human race.
That's just it.
You understand?
That's just it. I understand, because the more people who decide that they don't want to have children, is the more the effects are going to go down the generations.
I don't care.
Take a business. So we have Chinello, who says they need to stop watching people's wombs. And I agree. There are people who are going to dictate to you how many children you must have, when you must have them, because that's the next thing as well. But I don't want to veer too much into that conversation, because our guest is from the Soft Woman Collective. That is what I want us to focus on, because me want to learn how to be soft. Being a Jamaican woman, you have to tell some man some clot on the road where you drive because
you don't have to let go of those things to be soft. The softness is within. When you read my book, you will understand. It's a number of steps.
Yes.
And the first step is knowing what you want. And then you're going to design a plan on how to get there. And overall, the first thing you need to have is peace. When you find your peace and you know what your peace is, and you start exercising softness within your own life, then you will know what your non-negotiables are. And don't feel bad for the things that you want or desire in a partner. I want a man with money. Say it.
I want a man with money. But you know what though? Just based on growing up in Jamaica and growing up in a Christian country, they're quick to throw the Bible verses at you. It's easier for a rich man to pass through the eye of a needle. Oh, it go. It's easier for a camel to pass through an eye of a needle than a rich man with all his wealth. Me not look here now. Me not business, you know.
Me want the rich man and the camel, so it's
The
all
rich
right.
man and the camel. And having gone to a Catholic school and getting the indoctrination, you really get that liking money is a problem or wanting money is a problem. And it's so conflicting because you go to school to be successful, but somehow you must be successful, but you not feel love money. So, how that work?
Chanel telling you, they're basically telling women to find a man to suffer with. I gave up struggle love in my 30s and I was single for a very long time. I left my husband after about 2 years, my first husband. And I was single and dating for a very, very long time. But I don't do struggle love. I'm not going to counseling. I'm not trying to fix nothing. If it's not working, I'm gone.
Let me read some of the comments because I don't want my people in the chat to feel neglected. Zoo says most people who say that be lying. A lot of times they have medical issues. I have a few friends who have chosen, and they're like, I know one particular couple that I'm good friends with, and they have chosen as a couple not to procreate. And nothing wrong with them, but I find though, as a form of protection because of how society is and how judgmental society is, the quickest thing for people to say is that I have fibroids or I have some kind of medical issue, just to kind of get them off the back. So Chinelo says shortage is crazy. Absolutely, because like what I'm in a business about, because we're not going to live forever. So whatever happens after we're dead, ain't that. Let's go down the line. Almost sweet and lovely Big Ooman. Thank you, J Boog 80. Yes, we beard and tidy, you know. Okay, so Chinelo says, mind you, people are having kids and it's these same people that are trafficking them. Lord Jesus, girl.
That is our next night.
That is our next night. Same Wendell says, I want a woman with money too. Nothing wrong with that neither. But is if she wants to spend it for you, that are next day. They're basically telling women to find a man to suffer with who she must serve. Yeah.
Exactly.
And we're not into it. Don't we grow through struggles? All right. MT Fletcher, let me address that one. You're not going to see a burning building and run towards it. If you're in the house and the house catch fire, then you know how to deal with it afterwards. But we're not going to see the struggle and jump into it.
My father used to say 2 pot cover can't shit. And if you are struggling and me are struggling, no.
And despite what people might think, money is very important. To me, when I say money is the root of all evil, meaning people will do certain things to acquire money that brings about some form of evil, but money in itself is not evil because it does pay for your lifestyle. Other struggles will happen, yes, but me not gonna see the struggle and go towards it. Mike says, I think Jamaican black people / black people romanticize struggle love too much. Correct?
It's true.
We're supposed to help the man carry basket, go a river, or vice versa.
Because that's how you prove your love. Listen,
yeah,
is when me start live amongst the other kind of people. I realize you really don't have to do nothing. When them love you, them just love you. And then them will do anything for you.
Yes.
I don't have to do nothing other than be.
Women in particular, their actions can be performative if they feel like this man is a catch. So you're basically saying that you don't need to do all you know,
No.
you don't have to do nothing.
No, you don't have to be performative. You don't have to put on a show. When the man sees value in you without you having to give him your resume, it's a whole different world. _X1. Am I married? Yes, I'm married.
Oh, yeah, she's married. Yeah, she's married and she's well taken care of. That's why may I ask her how to do it, because you understand me.
I'll write a book too, you know. I'll write a book.
And she write a book. Mike says, proving yourself on either side is dumb. Yes, I am very comfortable in jeans, t-shirt, whatever, jing bang. There's a woman on here on TikTok. I think she's based in the States, and she's always talking about going to the spaces that these people are. But she's all about the labels, and the hair needs to be perfectly coiffed, and the dressing needs to be a certain way, and you need to present yourself in a particular way. Now, while I don't totally disagree with that, I like comfort at this stage of my life. No,
I dress up every day.
You dress up every day? Me not have the energy.
My husband think me mad. Me dress up every day. Me go to supermarket, and if the man at the supermarket asks me where me going, sirs, here me coming supermarket. When they ask me if me love attention, I love dressing up. That's all. I may have a whole heap of clothes and boots. When me wear then go, You have to dress up.
Because you're not going to dress up for, you see, that's the thing as well, that men especially think
them
that
think it's for
women
them.
are dressing
It's
up
not
for
for them,
them.
it's
not
for
for
me.
Uno. MT Fletcher sent confetti and Dance Blaine sent, oh, you got Rosie Soft Woman. There you go. You see?
I did. Thank you.
Soft Woman, I get rose, I mean I get the rose. So Fisty Puss, thank you, y'all, my friend. We get a one rose. So maybe I really do need to lean more into the Soft Woman collective so I can get 10 roses instead of one or water thing. How do I balance that personal desire to just roll out of bed like a bum as opposed to taking the time to just, dress up and present
It's not
myself
even
to the
about
world?
taking the time. It's about, again, it's everything we do in our subconscious can be brought to the conscious mind. So you get up and you want comfortable, but you also need to be conscious of the fact that I want to look good. If today's the day, him gonna find me. Make him find me. So I found out a long time ago that I like to look good when I go out. And Wendell is right. It does garner a lot of attention. Some of it unwarranted. Some of it you really don't want. But again, when you make the decision, because right now you say you find your peace and you don't know if you're going back to dating. But when you decide that you're going to put yourself back out there, because if you're going to find somebody, you're going to have to put yourself back out there. You want to present in the best way possible. And it doesn't take a lot of effort. It does not.
You know what my thing is? I mean, the Jamaican men in the chat are going to be upset. Is that I find that because I was married to a Jamaican man and it didn't work, because even when I was overseas, I dated Jamaican men who just happened to live overseas. When a rough bad, when I don't really know how me never say all Jamaican men are bad, Wendell, but it's not a bad thing. It's just what I require at this stage, right?
Exactly. And don't feel bad for what you require. My first husband was a Jamaican and he was quite different from a lot of Jamaican men because he was a provider, he was soft, but he was also very controlling and demanding and would lock me up in a house. So I never signed up for that work. So I had to leave him. I also in my 40s now decided that I'm not going to box myself in where dating is concerned, because enough people like you, but you say, me not go out with him, me not date white man, me not go out with him, me not like white man, or whatever I used to tell myself. That's the last part of it that I discarded in my 40s, and it became a whole different world.
Baba them is a little troublemaker still, but he's saying man fi act like man. No, I don't even know I know what you mean, but what does that mean? In the context of this conversation, what does that mean? Chinelo says, I realized Jamaican men really aren't for me. Woman lie, she lie about she in her 40s, she's 34, chat.
I'm in my 50s now, honey.
Time no man, time talk now, because you talk your age now, them are gonna do my listen, man. Chinelo, welcome.
Oh, good night.
Hi, good night. Can you tell us what you mean now when you say Jamaican man? I realize Jamaican men aren't really for me.
Okay, so let me start off by saying I'm pretty young. I'm 22. So I don't think I should completely disregard them, but the ones that I've encountered and met, the views that they have, first and foremost, the persons my age, there's nothing serious there at all. And a lot of them, the views that they have about how they think women should be in a household, like it's all struggle. Like they grew up seeing their mother doing this and sticking beside the father or the grandmother sticking beside.
You're young. You're not sticking beside none of them. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad for what you want. You know what is right. You see, our nervous system, our gut tells us everything, and sometimes we ignore it. Little girl, you're on the right track. Listen to your gut. You're not struggling with them. Go on, darling.
I just wanted to interject. I really do commend you for knowing what you want at 22, because a lot of us at that age, we were just carried along. May I talk to the woman them now? Triple X, wall and liquor. A lot of the times, we are forced to compromise because of what the expectations are.
Yeah.
Especially when you're in a group, whether it's work group or a family group, a family setting, because there's always this collective pressure from the different groups, because you might be in a little friend group and it's like everybody are get married and you not get married, and then you probably feel a little pressure to force the issue then with somebody who you might not necessarily did. You understand?
Like that.
Yes. Yes, and then you have your
Yeah.
family now say, Lord, like, well, you
It
know,
take
me, your
long.
mother soon dead and your daddy soon, you know, me want to see my granddaughter, my grandson before me dead. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? And then the guilt trip you call, Lord Jesus, you want. So well done. Well done, you. Well done.
Yeah, it's a lot of people. I don't think they really like certain views that I have, which is why
That's
I'm mostly
okay.
by myself.
That's okay. That's
Yeah.
okay. That's okay. Being
Listen,
alone.
come and join the Soft Woman Collective. You will be amongst peers.
Okay. Yes.
That's for
Yes,
sure.
yes, yes.
That's for sure. Thank you, my darling. Triple X, let me hear what you're saying now.
But you have to understand, young lady who is 22, who hasn't found anything yet. My friend, you not live no life yet. You not meet nobody yet. Different time now. And back in the days, we have to married by the time you're 18, right? To say that Jamaican men are not for you, and I can guarantee you, say, you're probably not come out of your little cul-de-sac yet. The truth of the matter is, and everybody are gonna have the same experience as what the Soft Women Collective has had. Things and times are changing totally, totally different. These women, like myself, have passed a certain threshold. The gentlemen that they are attracted to or that they have assimilated to are much older gentlemen than you. This younger generation that's coming up is a total different animal that is than what we have accepted to know or what we have come to know in our life. So for a woman over the age of 35, it might be better to go outside of your culture or to seek outside of your culture because as the soft woman, as I said, she had married to a Jamaican before and probably it was not for her. And then she expounded on what her demographic was and expounded on what she was open to and then found something outside that was more suited to her after she had her experience and after she had known the world and all them something there. While on your end now, you're still young, you're still in an exploratory age, right? And now you still have to look out there to see what it is that you can find and them something. You still haven't really and truly went through the gauntlet of Jamaican men because I understand that some of us as men are very rash and might be very disrespectful, we might be distasteful in the way that we act, especially when we are younger and immature. But trust me, whole heap a good man out here in Jamaica, man. Whole heap a good Jamaican man out here.
You know, I appreciate your feedback, Triple X, but I don't want to discount her feelings just because she's young. Because there are a lot of us that have not listened to ourselves at a young age, even though you know what you want. It's like you go against yourself because somebody else might say, boy, you're young, you don't really know what going out a street. But sometimes when you go against yourself, that is the worst thing that you could do, you know. And I can even tell you from experience. I mean, when I was in my 20s, if you look on me hard, me left you. You understand? There was no person who I dated that could have even tell me nothing when me not like here because I'm gone. Somehow that's changed in my 30s because I felt like I was too harsh or I was too unforgiving. I was relentless in terms of what I felt I wanted. And I compromised and I listened to the quote unquote wrong people because who I ended up with, was verbally abusive. And it's in hindsight when me kind of go, say if me did stay with me rankness, the brother they wouldn't even pass me doorway. And whilst I acknowledge what you are saying, and I don't want her to discount her feelings as a young person because, somebody else has said, boy, you're young, know nothing. You know what I mean? So it's really more about, yes, she needs to experience the world a little bit more, but stay true to her own values, what it is that she knows that she wants, because it can lead you in the right direction.
Question now. So you
Yes.
said that when you were younger, you were very rank and
Yeah,
anybody
man,
come and
face
do
the
it, you
bad.
dismiss them.
So the feistiness
Yes,
come
the
back
bad.
now.
And hold on, so when it is that you got rid of your guard, you found somebody who was verbally abusive to you, somebody who really and truly just never match you and basically had you under bandage.
Yes.
All right? So how do you know now that when you were younger and rank, you never rank with the person who was the best person for you at that time, or the person who would have been
true.
nicer
No,
to you?
listen, look
Because
here. You make a good point.
you can't just
You make a good
you
point.
can't make an excuse for bad behavior because
No, let me
your
tell
bad
you
behavior
something. No,
because
you
one
make
time when you put on your guard,
you make a
you
good
understand?
point, because there was one little one you say, oh gosh, it did nice. But in my 20s now, me the one, yeah, a little ruffian. This
But
No,
this
let
is
me tell
something
you.
that a lot
And
of
you know,
women do. A lot of
say that
women
again.
dismiss the nice. A lot of women
You
dismiss the
are,
nice guys for
you
the
are,
ruffians.
you are
Whole
true.
heap of women dismiss the nice guys for the ruffian. And after the ruffian come and broke on the heart, then you start say about, oh man a junker. When all of the nice guys them did there, but the ruffian on the want, and then when they give the ruffian the chance, and then the ruffian poison on the mentality against all men. I just say go.
Boy, achoo. Yeah, in some respects, you understand something, you can understand. It's really a delicate line to really listening to your intuition and following through. I guess when you're young, you want excitement and, looks at it, the little boring guy, are gonna be the one for, spoil
Yep.
you and, you know what I
Yep.
mean? You want the little ruffian to ride bike and,
Mhm.
the way there.
I'm guilty of that too. In my 20s, I was attracted to him have enough girl, but I mean him choose him don't choose you. Him choose all alone. I'm just telling the how you get choose. But yeah, in my 20s, I was dating the same thing for excitement. There was drama. Y'all call up your phone. Yes. And then in my 30s was when I decided that I'm not doing that anymore.
I
Yes.
think you mature, your discernment improves with age because you have the experience now to say, you know what is true? All of this nice and car and hype and session and bike and ray
The
and tea,
work,
it
the
really
work,
don't.
and
Christian, you don't feel like it unfair to the men, the good man them out there. We are looking in our 20s when them in them 20s and wanna turn up back on them and run them way. And while them there start build themselves throughout them 20s. When una reach now the 20s, 30s now, after una done have the time of una life, una get in a heartbroken 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times on a heartbroken, then the same type of man them wanna ignore in our 20s, when I reach in our 30s, at them when I look towards to the safety for building back and for nurture on back into on femininity, when I feel like that unfair.
I don't think it's unfair because we are human. And just like I have a choice to try to come back and try get a nice man in my 30s, him have the choice to say, no, I don't want you. I don't think it's unfair. We all have to make our own choices.
This is the problem that many women are having today in this generation because a lot of women that are in their 30s now wanting to settle down are unable to find partners who are willing to settle down with them because the men that are in their 30s now have scarred because the truth of the matter is, remember them say hurt people
Yes.
because they were damaged in their 20s. They become scarred in their 20s and they have not fully healed mentally or even emotionally while in their 30s. So they in turn decide that, okay, now you want me, I am going to treat you bad, or now you want me, I don't want you, so I am going to pick somebody in their 20s as well to enjoy myself with them. And it's just a cycle of recreational activity and cause a void or a decline in the availability of well-rounded relationships and cause
And
beer damaged individuals to be
And
circling looking
that's
around.
why I teach the people that I speak with and work with that the work is internal and it has to be a consciousness that you're going to do the work on yourself first before you try to partner up with anybody. And yes, hurt people hurt people. So the unhealed people that are out there are not the people for you when you have decided that you've passed that stage of your life. So you are going to find someone who is healed and who is ready to be in a relationship with you. It is work. So you have to
So
decide
when
say
I
you're
feel
going to do
that
it.
when I feel that selfish though, when I feel that I do selfishness though, because after you would damage the people then and you want somebody that is undamaged now, wouldn't it be better to teach younger women to have discernment from an earlier age, from in them 20s or when in them relationship age, early relationship, to have discernment from that age to choose the right men and not seek out excitement at that young age.
This thing about women choosing the right men and it's like we're putting the responsibility again on the woman because men and women equally present the best of themselves to whomever it is that they're courting or they want to date. So you can never truly know the intentions or the heart of somebody. And I guess the only thing that you can use is their actions. And people will pretend for a very long time. It's really now your intuition improves or it gets stronger with age, and then the discernment coupled with the intuition can allow you to make better choices because as a young person, yes, you know what you want to an extent, but at the same time you can be fooled, especially the older men who will prey on the younger women because them know so they're wet behind the ears, which is why a lot of big grown men, even in our age is like them not really step to we so easy because they know that they can't fool us anymore.
You put the responsibility on me just now and on Big Ooman just now to
Right.
teach younger girls to practice discernment and choosing better men. But the men of their age group, what are they offering? What are you teaching them?
The older men who are teaching the younger men, or the damaged older men, they are the ones who create this whole red pill movement where they're telling the younger men to focus on themselves and focus on their wealth, and women will come. The truth of the matter is, most time when a man take up a woman that is already accomplished, she have everything go on fair already. Most men like to introduce women to things. When you have already introduced to everything that he has to offer, that I put too much work on the man for doing. The truth of the matter, everybody want an easy and a better life. Same like how you as a woman want a softer life. A man want a woman where can appreciate what it is that he's giving her. And if you have been on several yachts before, if you have been to several 5-star restaurants before, if you have flown all over the world before, it's not going to be something that you're going to jump at and you're going to be all excited about like that. Chances are you've already done it before. So,
That's not necessarily true because I
that is how most men think. I mean, I tell you from a male's perspective.
what Triple was saying at the end there about
Yes.
if a man deal with you and you already have everything, it's harder for him. But I want a man who's gonna put effort into the relationship with me, and if a man shows me the kind of safety and security that I'm looking for, me ease off and make him lead. The problem is half of the time them come and want to be a part of your life and them not adding nothing to your life. If you're showing me, I don't care if I've been to Botswana and Tanzania before. Going to Botswana and Tanzania would use a different experience. Cardi B, who can afford anything she wants in life, when she started dating Stefan Diggs, and everybody was like, Cardi, I go on frightened like she not have money. And no, he took her to France and rented a castle for her to stay in. And she was beside herself and everybody was laughing after her. She have millions and millions of dollars and she make man a frighten her. You don't understand. When a man make you feel soft and safe, it's a different experience. So yes, I can do this for myself. And yes, I've been to Asia and Africa and Europe. But traveling now with my husband is a different experience. Doing it with somebody who allows me to just be. It's very different from when we used to travel with my friend, the man just go around. It's very different. So finding a man who provides you safety and make you feel like you don't have to do nothing. You can if you want to, but
you
the
don't-
kind of
You don't have to worry about anything. Like everything is taken care of. Yes.
Exactly. And I remember, and the Cardi B example was a good example because people were laughing after her how she go and frightened for this man. And she have money, she can do anything what she want. Yes, she can do it for herself, but to have a man put thought into taking you on a trip and exposing you to something that you could have done for yourself, but you didn't.
Yeah.
It makes a difference.
When you're bringing that Cardi B example, you think that Cardi B made a good choice of going with Stefan Diggs?
If he makes her feel loved and safe, yes. If that's what she wants. I don't judge people's choices.
Hold on. Somebody in the comment section said women chase charisma, not security. Because the thing that is just Stefan Diggs is just a gallus. So him read her up and say what she want, what she did missing from her previous relationship. And him just sets and love bomb her with all of them something. They manipulate her into that. That's why people ask if she an idiot. Not because she have money. People are say she a big woman. She not supposed to act like little girl because a little girl behavior them there. When they just have frightened for a man, just start love bombing.
No, I disagree with that assessment of the relationship. Cardi was beside herself and tormented being married to Offset because he was constantly womanizing and cheating on her in a way that she found disrespectful as his wife. Now, when Cardi B pick up with Stefan Diggs, she know the man that she was picking up and the situation she was entering into. And the fact that she loves him, that's her choice. And the fact that you call it little girl behavior, I am the littlest girl with my husband. Big Woman has seen me in his presence.
Yeah.
Because he affords me that. And I don't have to be that, but that's what I want to be. I want to get up when I want to get up. I want to do what I want to do, and he allows me to do that. I don't have to worry about it.
I am not saying that you should worry when you're with the person that you are, but what I'm talking about is discernment.
I don't want to spend too much time on Cardi B and Stefan Diggs or whatever his name relationship because we're not talking about that. We're just using that as an example. She did the right thing. She's a human being. Papa Ray says she's a human being. Yes, and the thing is, people forget that outside of being in your body for 40 odd years, 50 odd years, you're still a baby at heart, You want, I don't know. It's like if you see grown men in the presence of women that they love or who they know love them, they're like putty, which is why we always have this thing to say, boy, him look rough and tough on the outside, and him is a big teddy bear on the inside. It's like everybody has that propensity to be soft. There's a safety in the love that you can be that way. You don't always have to be big and tough and rough all the time. The baddest gunman out there, him was soft because him in the arms of the woman who loves him, and vice versa. So there's nothing wrong with being all giggly as a girl, as a woman, being all babyish, because you that is the core, the essence of being human, which is to be loved.
In all of this now, and in all fairness, the man that is providing all of this, what is he supposed to expect from that woman?
Again, that is an individual thing. We are big people and we make our choices. So you're asking me, what is a man supposed to expect? He must know what he
And
wants.
everybody is different, and
And
everybody's
everybody, and he
requirements are
must
going
know
to
what he
differ
wants.
as
He
well.
know
But
what
it
he want.
seems
And if
like,
I'm
but
not
based on
providing that, him have all right. If you say, this now work.
a part of getting your expectations is also giving something, because if the truth of the matter is the world is under a barter system. It's give to receive or receive to give. That's what it is.
You don't have to give to receive, and receive to give, or whatever it is. What
No,
what
it's not.
what the
It's
Soft
not an
Woman Collective is
exchange.
saying
This
is
for
that you
that.
don't
This
have
for
to do
that.
anything.
Big Ooman things, you have to give something. If you might feel like it's not nothing to you because it might be something that come natural to you, but you're actually giving that man something. You have to give the man softness, femininity, comfort, and all of these things for the man to just give this. A lot of women, they are not doing anything. It's not even telling the man good morning. It's not even showing the man kindness. It's not even showing the man that they love them.
Wendell is saying in the chat that I think Triple needs to understand that both of you are big women, so your perspective has matured.
If you are teaching the younger women, because the Soft Woman Collective is inviting younger women to come into the collective, you have to understand that you have to re-educate a lot of women, because society have basically music, entertainment, everything have told women that they're supposed to just receive, and a man should do everything to garner your
But what
favor.
is wrong with that
I'm not saying that
though?
a woman should be nurturing. You don't believe that
But
a
that
woman should be
goes,
kind?
but Triple, that goes without saying. There's a reciprocity that exists in relationships. You understand? And you're not going to be in it if obviously the other person is not getting
Not
something from
giving.
it. But
Exactly.
what Soft Woman Collective is saying is that there's this performative nature that has been instilled in us from young. And what she's
And
saying,
I
what the
think,
Soft Woman
and I
Collective
think
is saying, is that you really don't need to do anything. All you have to do is be comfortable in your own self.
Triple keep asking me what I go and teach a young woman them. The fact is, I focus on self. They need to learn about themselves and what they want. I'm not telling them you
That you
must do
need to
this for your
do
man or not do this for
exactly.
your man. What you need to understand is yourself first, and everything else comes after that. Because once you know what your non-negotiables are, what you know where your boundaries are, once you know what it is you will not accept, it becomes so much easier to be in a relationship, because you know right away this one is not for you.
If you meet a gentleman right now, Zane, you enjoy his company, treats you well, you find out that this gentleman, he loves stew peas. You wouldn't cook for this man?
You can buy it. Hello?
Hold on, let me answer.
Hold on.
If you, let us say that you went to an Airbnb with your husband, and after you guys came out of the bed, you wouldn't spread the bed.
But
Soft
it doesn't
woman,
do with anything, no.
you wouldn't spread the bed. All right, cool.
No.
Sometimes it's not what you do it, what you do it now, is how you do it. Me tell you say the man love food, and you say, oh, your choice is just figure is to go buy the food. The thought that goes into you to know that you made the effort. Me knowing that you have money, me have money, you can buy anything you want to buy for me, or you can do anything, but you know that you took the effort, make a dinner for me, and you come back home, you know how special that are going to make me feel as a man, for you know, say you put out that effort and energy for go above and beyond what you do for do.
Everybody has their own love language, yes. So I'm suspecting what you're saying is that you are a man who likes when your woman cooks for you, and that is the love language that you like.
My love
You
language
understand?
is money and gifts. My husband right down
So
there. So
it's
money,
so it's
money,
not.
money, oh.
There's nothing wrong with the woman putting out that effort to say that she's going to cook or whatever it is. But however, if the basis of it is the love for stew peas. Me personally would have find somebody who can cook a mean stew peas and get the stew peas and share it out in the plate and like to can glance say, all right, here we are. As opposed to me having to labor over the stew. Because that is not any indication of how much I love this person. It's really the provision of the stew peas is not how it happened to cook. There's this emphasis that Jamaican men place on you having the household duties that you have to do it to prove that your worth as a woman or that kind of thing. And we move past that long time. This thing about spread up bed, who cares? Little bit spread up bed, and they say we don't know. No, we're not talking about that. We are talking about things that allow the woman to just be to bring up her feminine. Then so it's not always about having to take care of somebody else or having to do something to achieve a level of respect in the relationship or to acquire a certain kind of relationship. It's really just about being. There's nothing wrong with being. You get up and you just be. You don't have to do. We're human beings.
My husband appreciates me going to the pharmacy to pick up his medicine because he don't like to go to the pharmacy.
That is the thing. You understand? There's that part of the relationship, and I don't think, Triple, let me tell you, respectfully, I don't think we're in the same space when it comes down to what we are talking about as it relates to what you are trying to say in this conversation. Because we are talking more about
Big Ooman, you're listening to answer, you're not listening to understand.
our this man. All right.
You see what I've said to you?
We're going to pause you for a second because there are some people who are in
Robson have something to say.
Alright, me personally, the difference between for cook your partner food and buying the food is that if you cook your partner the food, that would have basically if you say you do it out of your love. Me would say, oh, my one just buy me food, cause me feel like say if you are buy me food, you don't love me.
What me I try get, you see? Me personally, me not like cook. I can cook, but I don't like to do it. You are trying to dictate to me what kind of effort it would take to cook the food as opposed to calling OG, Jaja, for say call and make the reservation and do this kind of thing.
You said this earlier. You have to know your partner's love language.
Yes.
So if it is important to him that you cook him food and you have decided it's not a thing what you want to do, then maybe Robson is not the man for you.
Yeah. See, so what Triple did that say, Big Ooman, if you love your man, you're gonna make the effort for cook for him.
Every relationship is about meeting your partner in the middle, shall we say? You meet, so nothing is ever one-sided. But again, that we are talking about.
When I decided, yes, I'm going to come and hang out with you guys this evening and talk a little bit. As a Jamaican woman who grew up with brothers and a Jamaican father and lots of Jamaican friends, I expected this to happen where the men were going to come and center themselves.
Yes.
I expected that, right?
Here,
the men were going to come and center themselves and derail the conversation from our softness and peace to, but what about me?
Yes.
And I expected it. So
Soft woman, we are all saying that we're going to give our women the softest life possible. We're all agreeing that
the women, you see, and that's where you misunderstand because you are not listening to understand. We're not talking about you giving us a soft life. We are talking about us understanding what softness means to us.
Exactly.
And once we understand that, then it's time to involve you.
Shouldn't your man
This is not about
facilitate your
you.
softness? So doesn't your husband facilitate your softness?
But I had to know what that was first. When you're in a relationship with somebody and it becomes one-on-one and you know what they want and what they need from you and you are willing to do that, it's no longer an expectation of society that tell you say you have to wash, cook and clean to catch a man. You already catch the man, and if you choose to within that relationship run errands and spread the bed or not spread the bed, that's up to you.
Yes.
But that's not something that you have to do.
But Triple, hold on a second. You've been on the live for 44 minutes and I kind of want to give some other people a chance. You're welcome to stay in the comments, but I have to accept some other people. You hear? Hold on a little bit. Hold on. Robson, what you say now? Tell me what you say now, sir.
I'm not gonna lie still.
Yes.
What Chin did I say in the comments, but she don't want it. Bro, cooking should be a basic skill where everybody should know how to do.
For you. There are many
Because
women on the planet who don't know how to cook and they're quite fine. And that is what we're talking about as it relates to Jamaican men and their prerequisites for women being in a relationship with them is that they need to know how to cook. And I'm saying, and we are saying is that you really don't need
You
to.
don't have to.
You
No,
don't have to.
no.
Because especially if you're brought up in a way where you have people cooking for you, or there's provision for you. There are people who don't even eat at them yard. Every night them gone out. Sometimes we need to open ourselves up to a different way of living, a different way of being, because what keeps us in the past is all of this mindset that you have to, there are certain tasks that women must perform because they need those skill sets to catch a man. When really and truly what we're saying is that you don't need to do anything. You just need to have a strong understanding of yourself, what it is that you like, what it is that you love, and the right man will come into your space and facilitate you just being you.
Exactly.
how me stay is if me and my partner is working together. If she's at work and I am at home, me will cook for her for when she can get something to eat. Me not a problem for cook for her and she will do the same thing for me.
Not a thing though wrong with that. Let me hear from Queen Kerry, because beer man in the chat from Jaja. Queen Kerry, let's soften up the space a little bit. My God.
I'm getting a one-sided view where it feels a little bit selfish, thinking it's all about me or it's about I only. Then it's no longer a relationship. It's always going to be about you, the individual, and then that is going to become a one-sided thing, and the other person is going to be left unfulfilled.
That's not what she's saying though.
That's not what I'm saying, Kerry. I don't know if you just come. That's not what I'm saying. The focus of what I am and what I do is understanding yourself and what you want. When you do that and then you get into a relationship with somebody, then it becomes a situation where you are both working together now to build a relationship, but you know what it is that you want from this relationship. A lot of us get into relationships and we're not fulfilled because we don't know what we want. And that's where it leads to problems. So 10 years into the marriage, you realize, I don't want to be there with this man, but I have children. So I have to wait another 10 years for the children to grow up before I can leave. And what I'm saying is that it doesn't have to be that way. You can know what you want from the start. So when it's not working, then you know say it's not working. You know where your boundaries are. You know what your non-negotiables are. I am not saying, and selfishness is not necessarily a bad thing.
Exactly.
But I'm not talking about selfishness within the relationship. The selfishness comes before, when you're doing the work on yourself, when you're doing the necessary
Well, I
things
do
that you
understand
need.
that you would go into a relationship understanding who you are as an individual, and
What?
so when you go
But
in
how
there,
many of us actually do that?
well, I mean, it depends on the person, because sometimes you actually go into a relationship knowing who you are and possibly love struck, and you probably just feel like you want to let go of yourself a little bit and just do things differently. It
And
doesn't
at that,
necessarily
and
mean.
at that, we are try stop. We are stop compromise with self. I know some stay, I know this me want, but you're in love with him now. So all right, make this slide, make that slide. We not do that no more.
Like you were saying, if I wake up this morning and I feel like I don't want to spread the bread, I'm not going to spread the bed, and that's just what I want.
But my husband don't care about that neither. That because me know who him is.
Right. And that is where I wanted to get to. Your husband would have to understand, because you have some women that raise their son a certain way. And so the son is looking at a woman that, listen, if you wake up in the morning and you're not meeting certain needs, or you're not spick and span and doing certain things, you will be considered untidy or unkempt, keeping the place untidy. So if your husband is fine with that, but it shouldn't be a situation where, you know what, if I don't feel like I want to spread the bed to them, I just not gonna spread it. I'm gonna care what I want to say.
No,
Okay.
within my marriage, trust me, spreading the bed, if not, but I'm not one bit. Sometimes I have to worry him. I say, "Make me spread."
Okay. Well, if that's an understanding with you and your partner, that's fine.
We are taught, I don't know what age group you are, but it's like we are always taught as women that, we have to do this and we have to learn how to peel banana, yam and dumpling or whatever. And the thing is that when you're with the right person, when you have the right husband, the right partner, those things don't matter. because all he wants to do is to treat you well, to spoil you. We're at an age now where, especially in Jamaica, I can't talk about anywhere else because Jamaica is my experience, where you have men who don't want to spoil their women or don't want to give them the soft life then, because it's like, oh, them a man clown and them a this and them a that. So it's that they're presenting this hard, tough exterior because it's them friends them really impressing, not really the woman, because it's like them have to maintain this tough shell and deal with the woman any old way, when really and truly what we are doing is just what Triple saying. So Uno want a man that tolerates anything from Uno. Triple, no want you listen to what we are saying here, Papa. Because I don't think you're really understanding what we are talking about. The men have taken over the conversation and now
Yes,
we are
and
talking to. And the
I knew
woman
they
then
were
we are
coming
talking
to
about
say.
and talk
But
to.
I think a lot of women, we become performative because we want to attract a certain man. And then when we get into the relationship and attract these men, we realize that we no longer want to do these tasks. So really and truly, it's the women that need to grab onto this topic and understand themselves from a perspective where, listen, you don't need to be doing all
Exactly.
these
Carrie,
things to attract this
Carrie,
man.
and that me I try
Be
to tell them.
yourself.
There's a person on the line named saying FBO. From me hear a voice say, these people me know it's a feminist conference. Let me tell you. I want to say so. I don't know if you say so, aren't women allowed to talk freely about what it is that we desire? And what is wrong with being a feminist? That means that you're for the rights of women. So if you're having it be some kind of an insult, a wrong place or some love. 'Cause as we say, a big woman things with the pan. Big woman things, not picnic things. So we reach a level of understanding and discussion where we can talk about things freely. Is a reason with the pan on the Friday evening. You understand?
You see the reason why some men don't want to like for that to is because when a man has spent on a woman, the, and I like to say we don't want to be a provider. It's just that some man we just tired for get use every minute.
But
And
women get
you
used
see if
too. Is that,
no
and that we are talking about, and always I draw the conversation in the direction of use and gold digging. And this is the
no
third time me
but
come
big
I
woman
online
never go
or
enough.
where we are talking
but
about
big
relationship and
woman
the man them draw it in a direction, boy, because if it, the man them, we no want carry we go a KFC, and if we want go a AC hotel, we are gold digger. You know what I
no
mean?
but
It's
big
fear of
woman
that. It's like,
you see, you
why?
see, you see, if a woman use that same perspective about their vaginal spaces, then would understand why some man don't want to get used for just what they can offer, such as woman what they can offer as well.
But woman get used,
Corruption.
man get used, woman get used. We move past the part there, the conversation. Yes, a life is life. Is life. Man get used, woman get used. Man a fuck with, woman a fuck with. We are talk about, oh,
Corruption, you get what you attract.
you
So
get
if
where you
you
attract.
attract
Good
if
evening,
you
people.
attract women that will use you for your things, that is what you
No,
attract.
but Kerry, be honest, Kerry. If you as a woman, Kerry, well, it's just a
Yeah.
general question, but me no want to specify to you. If a
Yeah.
woman if a woman meet a man who just want, pum alone, he must get tired of it eventually. The same, if a woman a want, it a go get tiring
But that
eventually.
is wanna attract.
No,
Oh
so
no, I
but
wanna
look
go out there
here.
go attract.
Let me
Carry,
say
so
this.
Carry, so what
Let me
woman
say
attract?
this.
Men that want
It's not
vagina?
what
Oh,
women attract, is
Look
the
God.
type
here.
of women
Look
you go
here.
out there for.
Robson.
Hmm?
My husband pump every day. And me want money every day, and we're very happy. He just give me money and we give him pump and
Lord,
life is good.
please. Mm.
Yeah, then.
And so the
Lord,
thing go.
hold
Find
on. Let me
your
hear what
person.
Tanya.
Find
Right.
your person.
Let me hear what.
Know who you are and find your person.
Let me hear what Tanya have to say. But we soon done the talking, because we never know. Listen, you Jamaicans are very unruly. You see why Chinela was saying say she no want a Jamaican man? Because all you know what we do is wash, cook and clean for and no
And
one
then
buy with things.
things that we're gonna use or no.
And
Use
things
on the
that we're gonna
phone.
use, You
Girl.
see it now? I'm not a
Tina.
transaction thing, so me will stay single. Me is not a transaction thing neither.
But big woman, you know where soft girl basically, if she not
Uh,
get no money, she not give no front.
that's
And that
not
she
what she
basically I say
said.
first. And that you
That's
just say a
not
while
what
ago.
she
That's not what
said.
I
Oh
said.
my
No,
I
it's
God.
said,
your partner,
And that you
your
just say a
No.
while ago,
husband.
big
look
woman.
Look
here.
here, you know, say me
Husband.
can't reason we don't know. Me
Mega
can't
call it.
reason
Mega
we don't
That's
call
know
it.
true.
at
Mega making
all.
No,
contact with
but
You
big
me.
know,
woman,
say
she just said that
man,
while ago.
no. Me did have one podcast like when me just talk by myself and talk to people. And me say me open it out to Jamaican public so everybody can have a say in the discussion. But you know, no, listen to what we are saying, man. We just a say things. That's not what
No,
the
but
lady
big
said.
woman, but it's so like we say, if him not spend pan her,
That's
he not
not
get
what
nothing.
she said. That's not what. All right,
No, that's not
eruption.
what
Okay,
she
Yeah.
okay,
said.
okay.
All
My
right.
bad,
You
my
see,
bad, my
here,
bad,
here
my
I
bad,
know.
my
You
bad,
see,
my
because
bad.
of that, now we go. See the stone here, me a fling stone after you. So yeah, we are stone you
Right.
out of the yard. Eruption. Jaja, listen, my wife is fling stone after you. You understand? Son FBO. What are you saying now? Who sound
Oh,
like she a pick side? Yes, me a pick side.
upon joining the live, I just heard these people. You understand? So it sounded biased, and I kind of followed the conversation. It just put a man in a place where he have to defend himself. Then
But I
and
know we are talking to tonight still, you know.
yeah,
The
man,
guest,
I understand,
the
because
featured guest tonight is the Soft Woman Collective. Jamaican woman for the most part, we're rough and tough and we take care of people and husband and pitney and Ray and Tay and Tay. And what she's trying to do is usher us into a softer reality. So we can be gentler and, you know, be more
Your
demure.
softness can
And
be a strength.
the softness can come out a little more. And we can be
yeah.
dainty and swing our hair to the left and to the right and be like, oh, you know, that kind of thing. As opposed to bust out the big old, whoa, Lord Jesus, me underneath my belly,
Murder.
whoa, murder,
I
police, whoa.
understand.
You understand? That is what we are
Mhm.
trying to discuss. And the men only just run in on
I
the
see.
live and
Big
I tell me, say,
woman.
oh,
Big
we feel wash,
woman.
cook and clean. And
Big
that's what
woman.
No,
I'm
Hold
talking
on.
but
about.
Big woman. Look at the
Yes.
look here
comment.
now.
Look at that comment. Jamaican women them want to be men. No, Jamaican women are forced to act like men because we don't have no man. We have to do everything for
But
ourselves.
you cannot paint with such a broad brush. You
No,
understand?
I
So,
am just looking at the brush that is being painted. Look in the comment.
but you're speaking on behalf of all Jamaican women when you
I
can't
Who
do
am
that.
is
not. I
talking?
am
We're not seeing. All right, well, on. We're going to fling stone after seeing and run him out of the yard
What
because
I
saying
know?
and that we are
All right,
talk about.
all right, no
Listen,
problem, no problem.
listen more, listen some more, and then when you understand now, you can come back in. My mother. Let me look at some more of the comments. What is this now? Running with them enough self, Laverne Bob Fossen. Lord Jesus. Metric says, because you all want to be strong and independent. It's not a wanna,
It's not
but
want
it's
to.
have
It's have
to.
to.
I'm sure you know that there are many instances where men give women responsibilities and then them leave them with the responsibilities. And so women have to take up the gauntlet and continue on with those same responsibilities. My darling Wendy, like I like my little brother here. And if you don't say nothing sensible, we're going to stone you and disconnect
Out of
you.
yard.
Out of the run you out of the
Right.
yard. What you say now?
Everybody with up on the live, I think the conversation went far left because
Yes.
again, it's a matter of the host having the guest there, right? And then we're going over into the man versus woman argument.
Yes. Enough of that
But so
now.
it will come across as bias. Everybody passionate about them point of view. But at the end of the day though, not all men are bad, not all women out for near out the man them pocket.
Right.
Exactly.
The conversation was and still is about the big woman them. I find them soft girl era at for them big age. Isn't me? So me they just want say that
Wow.
so we can recenter.
Wendell, easy
That's
with
our
the big
big
age business
age.
now. That's our
So
big
rude.
age.
That's
I
so
mean
rude.
I don't
Big
think it's a rude
age.
because me have
then
a big. I
hold
tell
on,
Wendell, me have a big
I
age.
tell you now.
hold on. 36 a big age. You know how much people that live to see 36?
I can't. Let me drink the
Well, you
tea.
have to
We
lift up
can't.
with that big age
So
something there. My age not big.
so hear me say. Man them just see with them if them sound biased or if them sound like very defensive about
Oh,
with them point of view. Yeah, so
Chocolate, see chocolate
just
come on, you know. We have to look
big
here, come. See
All right.
that
chocolate, give
One
me a
thing I
big
want to
hold on. Big age is not a bad thing, you know.
I don't
Wendell.
mind big age because I have a big age for two.
My age big me at 39.
A
Wendell,
little
hold
age that
on.
man.
Chocolate, good evening. Hold the dog there, hold them.
Hello, you heard me? I heard Wendell just now, and he raised a good point. I also agree that when you reach a certain age, you are about the soft life. You have earned your stripes, so to speak, and you have learned that you are more than inert. No, you have to learn certain things, especially if you were never taught or you never see examples of it in your own home growing up. Not everybody has reached that kind of thinking, mind you. Not every woman has reached the age and come to the realization that I am enough just as I am. And I know what I bring to the table. You attract what you become. You have lived your life, you have learned your lessons, you have sought therapy if that's what you need, you have learned to deal with your demons and you find your God in the midst of all of it. You attract the man who matches your vibe, or you find your tribe, not just a man.
Well said, Chocolat. J.A., your tonality speaks volumes, queen. Yes.
a lot of women would be in their soft era if they were able to trust their partner, if
Exactly.
they were able to feel safe within the
I
space
agree.
that
I
Exactly.
they
agree.
hold.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it's not that we want to be strong or we want to be
You're forced
independent.
to.
Yes, we are forced to be strong. We are forced to be independent because
Yes.
a lot of the men them that we're seeing out there right now, you guys force us to be independent, force us to be strong, force
And
us to be
and then
masculine.
and then them turn around and complain.
Right.
The
If you
woman
would
them too
just let us be
independent.
soft, go and screw out that, change the bulb. Stop letting us complain and say, you can't change a bulb, change a bulb, change.
Exactly. And then you come off as nagging.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
Go do it. Like, stop allowing women to force you to do stuff or nag you about stuff. Possibly some of us making the more money now, or we're carrying in the bigger income. We want to feel like we're wearing the pants. But if you men are not stepping up to the plate and controlling your household in a way where we can respect the man that you are, no, you're not gonna, we don't feel safe in that space. And so it allows us now to become masculine women in the spaces that you fail to
Have
be
left a void.
masculine.
Exactly.
Yes.
There's a void. We have to step into it.
And we need to be very honest, and when I'm having conversations with my sons or my young friends, because I seem to have a lot of young friends, especially my male friends, I say to them, it's not the big things that make a woman happy, believe it or not, it's the little things. And when you as a man, and this is, I can talk from my experience, I in a relationship for 10 years, I said to this man, something happened at the house and I needed him to get it fixed. So I call him, I said, brother, this is our situation. Me no know no electrician, whatever. Can you get somebody to come and get this? Him finally come and so what you gonna do about it? Blood cleat.
See,
Remember
that
me tell you, say me hate him, all know me don't like him, and at 10 years, I don't like him, I don't talk to him, because I am telling you, and a lot of women don't talk and speak what they want. I am not that. I tell you what I want, I tell you what I need. I know how to articulate my thoughts. I am saying to you, you are the man in the house. This is the issue. I need you to step up. I don't know. Do these things, do for me what I cannot do for myself.
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
That is how I look at it.
Exactly.
I know how for machine my car. I know if change my this, that, whatever. But there are little things I don't know to do. So I want you as the man to take over. Don't make me have to go fix this. Don't make me have to go. But if me have you as in my life as a man, and I still have to do these things
Then
by
me no
myself,
need you.
or I have
Exactly.
to tell you, one, you're
Why?
not my child. Just step up now the little things. You know you're coming cooking aisle done. Buy the cooking aisle now.
You don't have to tell them because you live there too.
Yeah,
Although, if
exactly.
it's a case where he's not in the kitchen for whatever reason, because I won't be in there either, then somebody have to tell it to her if you buy the aisle. But I understand what you're saying. Here, yeah, it's. Listen now, people. I think we need to have this conversation again because there's only a finite time that we get to discuss these things. But I think in the soft woman collective, we need to have maybe a closed discussion so we can get more of the pointers out, and then we can put it on YouTube and have the ladies come in and listen to what we are saying, but so we don't have the men hijacking the live. Okay? Next time. So thank you so much for your expertise. Well, the little that could come out in the time. I want to talk about other things rather than man, woman, man, who I wash, who I cook, gold digging. I cannot. It's too much. Look here. The night call, I want to go watch some TV.
My husband say hot tub time. So I'm going in the hot
tub time. I want to watch some little careless TikTok. Have a good evening, people. I thank you, Soft Woman Collective, for trying to give us your opinion.
Thank you for adding me. I appreciate your platform.
Yes, thank you very much. Remember to follow. More things are coming up.
I did.
Yeah, it looks like I have to go close. Or we can close to the man then. Because, Jaja, the page is called Big Ooman Tings. And it's information about Big Ooman, those who love Big Ooman and want to learn more about Big Ooman. That is what it is about. I understand it's a learning platform. And if you learn about Big Ooman and what we like and what we don't like, and all of these things. Okay? Anyway, have a good evening, people. Friday, it's a cold front. Yeah, I'm sure you can find ways to warm up any cold front that is near to own. Big up on yourself. Wink, wink. Have a good evening. Bye.
Bye.